if you can.
You know, you talk about organization. Last night at a basketball game in small town Iowa, look at this folder that the Ron Paul people put out. I mean, that's quite a commitment.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, his position on national defense, immigration, war in the Middle East, healthcare, jobs, taxes. I mean, this pretty much spells it out.
Yeah.
From what you've seen, is anybody else doing this kind of stuff?
They all have literature, but this is a good piece of literature. Oddly enough, Iowans actually read this stuff.
Yeah.
When you go knocking on doors, you know, your volunteers go out, and somebody's going to ask you, what's your position on immigration? What's your position on taxes? What's your position on hog lots, which is big in this state? And that volunteer is expected to either know or have a piece of literature to hand him and say, it's all in here, ma'am. It's all in here, sir. Read this. You'll know where Ron Paul stands. That's helpful.
Very good. Here it is. This is the ground game that we have been talking about with Ron Paul. And it's true that everybody out there that's running for president in Iowa does have material. But not like this, and not the kind of ground game. I mean, to go out to basketball games and public events and put this kind of material out there for people to read, I think is pretty amazing, and it's pretty organized. I mean, if you look at what Ron Paul is telling the people of Iowa, if he is president of the United States, he's going to get rid of the IRS. He's going to end the income tax. He's going to bring our troops home. He's going to end foreign wars, end the Fed, stop foreign aid, secure the borders, fix health care, repeal the Patriot Act. He was big on that today in Newton, Iowa, talking about how we got to get rid of the Patriot Act. It violates the Fourth Amendment. He would return the powers to the states. That's raw meat to the Tea Partiers, the 9th and 10th Amendment. Balance the budget if he could do that. Abolish corporate subsidies. Goodbye, farmers in Iowa. You're not going to be getting any help from this guy. And, of course, return spending to the 2006 levels. Now, this kind of stuff works in a state of older demographics because, as Roger Simon says, hey, people read this stuff. They do read it. And this has had a big impact. And since they've been putting this kind of stuff out, this is when Ron Paul has been moving up in the polls. It's the direct mail tactic that is an old conservative thing that was put together way back when, 30, 40 years ago, by Richard Viguerie and the old conservatives. This is how Ron Paul's ground game is getting people into the fold. And the question is he going to be able to turn people out?